Welcome back to What Arty Noobs with General Disturbance. This is a Type 61, it's a Tier 9 Japanese medium tank. It's located on the south spawn of Malinovka, and this one is under the command of Zyriakster. Or Zyriakster, I should actually keep pronouncing it. Okay, let's see how it gets on in this Japanese light, medium tank. I said light tank actually, it's got very poor armour, this tank. Game on. Originally, the design was based on the M47, the pattern, but, well, the Japanese are slightly smaller. Well, that was the excuse that was given at the time, so they couldn't really operate the M47. And American tanks were very expensive, so they thought that they would develop their own tank. In fact, this was the first major tank that they actually built in Japan after the SDA-1. The SDA-2, the SDA-3 and the SDA-4. It was developed during 1954 to 1961, and as I say, it was domestically produced because they couldn't afford to buy American tanks, just too expensive. Plus, of course, the problem was that the Japanese men were so small they couldn't reach the clutch pedals on the M47, or at least that's what they said. And so they needed a smaller tank that was capable of being driven by Japanese men. Not sure that's true, but certainly the tank itself is slightly smaller than the pattern, and because it was smaller, it was also lighter and had less armour, and that actually caused a lot of problems because they realised this tank would not be able to stand up to enemy armour. Now, it was originally developed because of the Korean War, and the real reason that they needed Japan to rearm was because they really did feel that there was a possibility that either the Chinese or the Russians would actually try to assist the people in the region, such as the North Koreans, into invading other countries. Now, the gun that's actually, there's two guns that come with this tank. The 90mm is the stock gun. This is the 105mm, which is the top gun. They originally armed the Type 61 with a 90mm because apparently that was the biggest shell that the Japanese soldiers could actually handle easily. The same sort of 90mm you found on the M36 Jackson. But eventually they actually started loading the 105mm gun. They built 560 of these, and they produced them between, what was it, 1940? No, since the 1970s, and they stopped producing them in 1975. And they were eventually phased out in 1990s. Good hit, 375. Now, as I said, 105mm, it's capable of 360 alpha, penetrating 258 with the standard, and with the heat rounds it'll go up to 330. So it's quite a useful... It's very useful. He just took out the ONE. It's quite a useful medium, but it's actually more of a sniper than a medium, mainly because the armour, it's not very thick. The strongest armour on the hull is 55mm at the front, 45 on the rears and 25 on the 45 on the sides and 25 on the rears. The top armour on the turret at the front is only 85mm. So you really don't want to get hit by the enemy because any shell that touches you is probably going to go through. Good shot. IS-2 loses 329. He's hiding. And now he's gone. This team seems to know what they're doing because they're pushing quite hard. And the ISM's gone down into the dip. That one hit the tracks. The 257 is hiding back there behind the trees. Zyriakster's decided to shoot from up on high. Keep this position because he's got a good watch on what the others are doing, whilst the ISMs are making their way down to the bottom. And the ISMs are actually in platoons, so they're probably a couple of mates. Oh! Got hit by the 257, but he got a shot back into that guy, and now the Skoda's moving as well. Okay, he's still decided to act like a sniper. It is actually the wise decision because, as I said, the armour is not that thick. So if you do get struck, you're more than likely going to get penetrated. Oh, and the Tiger, one behind him, shot him. Now I don't know if that was accidental or on purpose. Certainly not a very friendly thing to do. The M46 Patton's gone down into the water. The ISMs are cornering that TNH T-Viz 51. And so Zyriakster decided to use the dip, but he went down a bit of an awkward way. Didn't suffer any damage though. Yeah, you can see that the Tiger actually hit him in the cupola, so I don't think that was a friendly shot. I think that was a deliberate one because he was annoyed. Well, will he be able to get behind that TNH? Put a round into him? Might be able to. It's got good gun depression, this tank. Yep, he got the kill. 10 degrees of gun depression, but it's got bad gun elevation, only 13 degrees, so you don't want to be on downslope looking at the enemy because, or trying to look up at an enemy on the slope might be difficult. Yeah, it gets that one easily through the turret of the M46. Okay, nice. Yep. Oh, he's got another kill. 3 kills now. Makes him the lead scorer. T54 in the distance. Yeah, wins the cupola. 408. Very good. He's doing very well. 3,607 hit points already. Oh, missed out on the kill there. Now, there's only 4 enemies left. 2 of them are in the south, the 45 TPs. There's only that Patton up here and the Leo. We don't know where the Leo is. I think we'll find out fairly shortly, probably. Now that Patton's still got a lot of hit points. Okay, and that AE phase 1 doesn't have much. Okay, well, didn't get that one in. Going for the cupola. Oh my gun, that was good. The Skoda got a nice shot into him, finished him off. We found the Leo. He was hiding behind the rocks further off to the west, and also we can get shots on the 45 TP now. At least we can see him. There's only 3 left. The Leo's getting really hammered. He won't live for very much longer. He's gone. This is appearing to be a very mobile game, and he's still lead scorer with 3 kills, but he could platoon with somebody if one of them gets another kill. Both those 45 TPs look pretty vulnerable now, and everyone is eventually going to end up in this corner of the map. They're all homing in on the 45 TPs. Which way round is he going to go? Let Mikey go first. Oh, he lets the CS44 go first, and he takes the first shell. Nice, through the upper place of the 45 TP. And he avoids a return fire. And he takes that kill. That was a brilliant shot right into the roof of the tank. The other 45 TP is trying to commit suicide, and he does. In fact, actually, I think the other one was killed by the AE phase 1. So, it's a victory. Here's the end of battle stats, and that was the first class tanker for Zyriakster in the Type 61. He managed to get a bruiser medal for getting at least 5 critical hits. He got 5 exactly. A fighter badge for getting at least 4 kills. He got 4 exactly. And he also got a 5 for effect for doing more damage than hit points to his own vehicle. He hit so many of the enemy, he actually ended up with a Confederate in that game. And he got the high caliber. Yes, I saw the tick at the top of his screen, which said he got 20% of the enemy hit pool. But there was so much going on at that particular moment after he killed the 45 TP that I didn't mention it. But yes, he's got the high caliber. He dealt the most damage in the game overall. Let's have a look at team score. Okay, 4,557 hit points, a very good score. The next highest scorer was the A phase 1 with 3,368, so you can see how far above the A phase 1 he was and how much damage he was doing. 3,119 went to the Skoda, and the guy who fired and hit him in the back, I think it was one of the Tigers, wasn't it, actually did very poorly indeed. Anyway, when it came to kills, he had the highest number of those. He had 4 kills. 2 kills went to the A phase 1, the AMX 5120, the Skoda T56, and one of the ISMs. Only one player on the enemy team managed to get 2 kills, and that was the Leo. So there wasn't anyone else that he could have platooned with. When it came to base XP, yeah, he's got that one as well. So he's got the top in all three columns. 1,266 went to Zyriakster, 1,062 went to the A Phase 1, and 1,029 went to the Skoda. He fired 21 rounds of 105mm ammunition, 17 direct hits and 14 penetrations, damage of 4,557 hit points, of which 973 were at more than 300 meters, 2 hits received, 1 penetration, 1 non-penetration, and 4 hits, 4 enemy vehicles spotted, 10 enemy vehicles damaged, 4 killed, 971 hit points of spotting assist, so he narrowly missed out getting a spotter badge. 45,745 credits to the game, 65,000 for mission completion, and after repair and ammunition resupply, and again, no premium, 103,408 credits profit. 1,266 XP times 2 for the first victory took away 3,798 experience points altogether. The Type 61 is, what you might say, it's actually quite a flexible little medium tank, but you have to remember the armor is so poor on this vehicle that really you can't brawl with any enemy tank, so you can't get close to them, because if you get too close they will fill you full of holes and you'll be out the game. But the 105mm gun is so accurate, so good, that you can stand off, almost like a Charfu 204 can stand off and plug holes in the enemy. This thing can do the same. It is pretty nippy, it's okay, it's not a bad speed. 45 kilometers an hour is not a good speed for a medium tank, you want a bit more than that, but it's still, you have to remember you're going to treat it like a sniper tank more than anything else, because it's not a brawler. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed that battle, and if you did, please give this video a like, do subscribe to our channel, leave a little comment down below because it feeds the algorithm. And of course, please do let other people know that our channel exists, and that we've got a second channel, a sister channel called The General, where you can watch really great replays. I'll put a link in the description down below. I've realised now that some people actually don't know where it is. Yep, but it's a really good sister channel because you don't get any commentary on that, but you do get some really phenomenal battles, and you see some amazing wins by the players concerned. And it's well worth stopping by just to see an odd battle that might last as little as 15 minutes. But it's a nice little, like you might say, something you can watch at lunchtime and not feel hurried about it. Anyway, thanks very much for watching this video.